Okay, so hey everybody, welcome to UK Games Expo 2018 for Con+1. We are here with the Shadows of Esteren crew, with Nell, who's going to answer a few questions. How are you doing, Nell?
Hello, hi, I'm fine, thank you. Very happy to be here.
That's great, awesome. Okay, so just a couple of questions then for you. Having been someone who's played the setting, run a few games with this, one thing in particular that I really want to know is how did you come up with the inspiration behind the actual setting? It's very kind of gritty, pre-medieval, very horror-driven. It's not like your normal sort of horror games, gothic, that kind of thing.
Yeah, in fact, basically, the project is a mix of inspiration of several people. So we were a kind of group, and every author gave what he liked about heroic fantasy, but very quickly we found that what we loved is ambient RPG. So it was, someone told, yeah, let's take this sanity from Call of Cthulhu. Yeah, let's take this gothic ambience from Ravenloft. I am a huge fan of Ravenloft. And really, at first on a project, you are in a pub or something like that, and you are just talking about something you love. And when we put all together this inspiration, we just took what we loved in the all of this amazing RPG we have played for years. And Shadows of Esteren is really a mix of what we love the most, and after that we took some inspiration in paintings, classic paintings, in classic literature, books, and these kind of things. For example, for the paintings, all of the romantic German classic paintings like Friedrich. For all the books, it's all the dark gothic, Mary Shelley, Frankenstein, and all of this, piece by piece, you just put things what you love together, and you some years after some cooking in your kitchen, you just build a brand new RPG. But at first, it's all about something you love very much, and that's it. Right.
Yeah, awesome. I definitely want to take a bit of time to commemorate how good the artwork is. Obviously, art's a big thing that draws people in, especially to a new system. And it kind of reminds me when people first saw 5th edition D&D come out, they said, oh yeah, the art's great. But in my opinion, this is some of the best art I've ever seen in RPG. I know that as well you've done some fantastic maps with the cartography books. But one question I have, because obviously you've got the Tricasel Peninsula, what's beyond it?
Oh, right. Yeah, the story is that we wanted to focus on a small game scope, just to be able to dig into it. So it's true that basically the Tricasel Peninsula is a kind of mix between England and Sweden, basically. So this is the size, So and there is a big mountains and you have the continent. A lot of players just want to play in the continent, but because you are myself as one of the authors, I have a lot of ideas. But like you, I am a game master, so it's up to you to decide. For me, it may be some kind of desolate, post-apocalyptic land, or maybe there are some huge empires and huge countries, kingdoms, maybe with advanced technologies because of the Magians. The Magians is a kind of science we made for Shadows of Esteren. But I always thought that it's very interesting if you let the game master some spaces to just imagine. And one day, if we can, we will write a book about that. But right now, this is your job as a game master.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic. I know that you mentioned about the sort of Call of Cthulhu inspiration. I definitely saw that as well when I first looked at the rules. In terms of trying to attract people in next by the rule setting, obviously compared to your usual sort of systems, it's quite rules light, even more so than, say, Fate, for example. So how would you go about saying, okay, well, the game is very rules light, but it's still a very enjoyable system to play?
Yeah, you mean when you are used to play with some more heavy system? You mean the the fact is that at first it was all about for experienced players and game master to play role play, to play ambient. So I love Dungeons and Dragons, and one of our projects is to work on the 5th edition's rule sets, but this is another experience, right? Here, we need to focus on the story, and when you play, you have the music, you have the candles, you have everything, and you don't want to spend a lot of time digging the precise, rules. So you need to have a rule set that is very simple. But the surprise for us that it was that the newcomers, for people who just discovered RPG, found the system just simple, so easy to begin with, So it's strange because on some part this game is really aimed for experienced, old RPG gamers that want to go deep into the role-playing process, etc. But on another hand, in France, especially, we have a lot of new gamers, new RPG players that want to just discover how to play RPG. And for them, a short system is really helpful for that. You know what I mean? So they will maybe not use all of the specific option about sanity and etc. But they will just play, and this is great because when you begin RPG, sometimes it's hard to begin with something. You have some big books and etc. So I don't know if it answer your question properly, but well, it's some.
No, it's fine. And as a game master as well, I haven't always used all the rules before, so I know exactly what you mean. You can you have that room to pull what you want, and as you said, just role play. But yeah, also the soundtrack as well. There are other systems now that are starting to introduce soundtracks, but I think you guys were probably the first to do a fully fledged soundtrack. I know you did it with a full orchestra as well. As a musician, this is incredibly exciting for me as well. Now, I know that you've done a 4th soundtrack, I believe, now, so can you tell us a bit more about this new soundtrack?
Yeah, we put together a small indie music label, and now the 4th album will come out. But producing music is a waste of money, it's crazy. But the thing is that thanks to Kickstarter, thanks also for our community, they love to have music on the RPG session, so they help us a lot to produce this album. But for me, it's RPG and music are just like twins, It's just to say, all right, I love movies and theater, but I don't put music on them. For me, I can't play without music, and I don't say it's better, It's just that for me, I cannot play without music. So for me, it's just basics, and you have a lot of original soundtracks you can use, but to be able to produce our own original soundtracks, it was like a childhood dream. When you fulfill your dreams, it was just that. And some people just push us to do more. So yeah, this is the 4th album will come out, and we will see.
Awesome. And finally as well, I'm a beer fanatic, so tell me a bit more about this dark saison that you've done. Faiont, which I know is to do with the sort of grisly dark monsters. So why did you go for a beer? That's a little bit interesting for sort of an RPG as opposed to, say, a rock band.
Today we meet, and for me, what I like with this project, I met a lot of wonderful people all over this planet, and one of these people were the crafters of this, and they are in England you have a lot of local brewery, right? And in France, it begin just now to become a trend, but this is really the beginning. And there are a few of local, you know, not homemade, but you know what, organic and etc. So they are really focused in doing their art. And they are in Paris. Their name is Brasserie de Lettres. I could translate it by brewery. How do you say that? Brewery? Brewery of being, de lettres of being, because for them it's to be, to experience the thing. So anyway, when we met them, it's just, you know, they are RPG gamers. So it was a great meeting, and it happened that we just wanted to do something together. And with Shadows of Esteren, we always, since the beginning, try to mix media. This is why we have done some culinary recipes with a chef, and because, you know, it's all about sharing your love for creativity, for everything, and it can be everything. If you meet some people that is very involved and you want to do something together, let's do it, you know. Let's create something. And this is it. We just build this together, and we are very happy. It was one of the great moments on this project. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much for the interview. And thank you so much for the donations as well for Com+1.
We come from the association thing, so I know how your work is valuable and very useful. So thank you for taking the time to doing all of you do in the field, on the field. So congrats on that.
Thank you. And one last thing, if you want to say anything to our fans at Com+1, I'll give you the mic. Feel free to talk to the camera.
All right. So I hope you will enjoy your convention, and I hope to meet you, all of you, one day. Who knows? You know, you never know. So have fun.